Hello? Hello? Good heavens. Good heavens, what is this? On the screen, what is this? Tales of the Bunnyman. Oh my. What could this possibly be? Is it perhaps a game that I voice in? Oh my. Oh my, I believe that is a game that I voice in. Oh me, oh my. Tales of the Bunnyman, a game that I voice in. You should all go play it when the stream is over. You should all go play Tales of the Bunnyman, a game that I voice in. A game that I play the Bunnyman and William Afton in. You should all go play it after the stream ends. Don't leave right now. Please. 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 Tales of the Bunnyman. Oh my. Me oh my. Go play Tales of the Bunnyman after the stream. Anyways. Hello everyone. Welcome to the fabled Fnaf tier list stream. Had this idea a while ago and only now have been able to do it. Will it be chaotic and very dysfunctional? Most likely, yes. Will there be blood? Probably. Will wars start? Will best friends, will friendships be ended? Most likely. But here it is. The tier list stream. Welcome one and all. But before we begin, Tales of the Bunnyman. A game that I voice in. I play William Afton and the Bunnyman. You should all go play it. It is a very cool and fun game. Anyways, now that that's out of the way. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? I currently am a tiny bit sick. So if I'm coughing throughout the stream, just ignore that. If I drop dead, ignore that too. Not like there's anything you could do about it anyway. I mean, you could alert the police, but like, I don't know. Anyways, let me get the thing up. Let me get the stream the screen up. Let me get the screen up. There we go. Let's go. Okay. Hang on. Give me a second. Give me a second. There we go. Now it's in the thing. Yippee. It is now in the thing. Okay. Hopefully everything is good now. Everyone, is everything good? Wonderful viewers, is everything good? Or chat, is everything good? Chat, is everything good? Is everything good, chat? Is my voice good? Is the screen good? Is everything going smoothly and running okay? Before we get into the into the meat of the stream, to the rotten meat. Taking a sip of water.
God, I choked on it. I choked on the water.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm okay. Anyways, time to begin. Or actually, I'll wait like 2 minutes. I'll wait like 2 minutes before we really begin. But how's everyone doing today? Today I'm about as stable as water. Also hope you get better. I hope I get better too. I hope you get better too. Water is not that stable. Unless it's frozen, I guess, but like even then. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, that was a fine time to start. Hopefully everything's good. Anyways, so tier list stream, FNAF Theory tier list stream. As you can see on the screen, we have a FNAF Theories tier list, dated April 2024. So it's pretty up to date. We have all of these to get through. There's a lot to go through. So, right now, currently, we have 4 sections. Because I don't really want to do like, oh, this is canon, this is non-canon. Because in reality, tier lists are really just somebody's opinion. So being like, oh, my opinion's official, that's kind of silly. That's kind of dumb. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put believe, don't believe, and straight up just dummy theories that I think are kind of silly and don't really hold any weight. I already know there's going to be a lot on here that I'm going to think are dummy. If you don't think they're dummy, if you think they're good theories, then good for you. But personally, there's going to be some takes on here. There's going to be some takes on here. And then last one is just question marks, ones that I don't really know of or haven't heard of. For instance, one that I'm looking at right now is paper victim. I can assume it means like the bite victim is a paper pal, but I've never heard of that before. So I have no idea what the evidence is towards that. And yeah, so some of these are just going to be ones I've never heard of. If there's any other tiers that I should add, just let me know. Just let me know if there's any good ideas for tiers, anything to add or maybe take away or whatever. Just let me know. And you know, if you want, just comment in the chat, and we can talk about theories. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Just comment whatever. This is just something to do. I just feel like chatting about theories. That's really all. A fun theory chat. Don't kill me though, because I'm gonna have some takes. I'm gonna have some dubious and diabolical takes on here. But anyways, without further ado, goodness, without further ado, let's get started. First one is Abby Beth. I'm assuming the theory that Abby is Elizabeth Afton, or at least like the movie take of Elizabeth Afton. That I do believe. I definitely believe that. I think that makes the most sense story-wise and like continuity-wise, because like, you know, you have Mike Schmidt. Like, if Mike Schmidt isn't Michael Afton, then I feel like, or no, if Mike Shit, God, if goodness heavens, if Mike Schmidt isn't Michael Afton, or is Michael Afton, I feel like that should be a given that, like, Elizabeth or Abby is Elizabeth and Garrett is the crying child. I feel like those would be givens. You know, despite them not being Aftons in the movie, I still think the other characters are still different takes of, you know, the other characters from the games. Because, like, again, in the games, a lot of people think that the crying child is one of Mike's main motives, and that's true for movie Mike. So, like, you know, I feel like Garrett being the crying child also makes sense. I feel like Elizabeth being Abby makes sense too, especially when you take into account, you know, Abby is a nickname for Elizabeth, and the character she was originally going to be spring-locked in was originally going to be more circus baby looking, or at least it is in the novels, but, or not novels, just singular novel. But, like, who knows what will happen in the second movie. But I do think it makes the most sense for Abby to be Elizabeth. Next one is Andrew first, which I'm assuming that just means Andrew being the very first victim of William Afton, which I don't believe. I do think it's Charlie, especially because of what Frights kind of shows with, like, the puppet being, like, the puppet's basically the one to fully kill William, and I think that's a really good, like, way to tie it up, like, the very first victim of William being the one to fully take them down. Plus it kind of ties back into Pizzeria Simulator with you know, Henry trying to take down William. It almost works, but not really, and then Charlie's the one to finish the job. I think that's really cool, frankly. Like one family getting revenge on the other. I think that's, like, a really clever a really clever thing to do, I think, story-wise. So these are kind of just one of the same, but, like, so I don't believe that. Already things that I have discussed, like, again, Henry saying, like, oh, this is a wound first inflicted on me. Things with William not really doing anything with the bunny suit when he kills Charlie, so, like, it makes sense for it to be his first kill. Like, he's not a full serial killer yet. He doesn't have his trademark bunny suit yet, or he's not using it, at least. And then I mean, there's other stuff, but I don't remember it right now. I do think it makes the most sense. Or, well, yeah, there's the puppet being the one to bring life to the animatronics. So, you know, I think it makes the most sense for Charlie to be the first. So I'm just gonna put this in belief real quick. So I do think Charlie is the very first victim of William Afton. Elizabeth being the first, again, don't believe. I think that after certain things came out, like Dittophobia is really interesting because there's a detail in there that kind of points it to sister location being either in, well, no, it really points to sister location being in the early 2000s, and it's kind of weird because I've heard no one talk about it. And again, it's one of those details that's like it's one of those details that, like, you see it and you're like, is this supposed to be a specific detail that, like, clues you in on the timeline, or is it just, like, is it not really supposed to mean anything? The detail is there's a line that says, like, okay, so Rory is trapped within the nightmare chamber for, like, 10 years, a stretch of 10 years. And while he's talking to his friend on the walkie-talkie, his friend talks about GPS smartphones. Basically, like, within the 10 years Rory was trapped in the nightmare chamber, smartphones got GPS, like that, and smartphones had gotten GPS, I believe it was in the early 2000s. I think it was, like, maybe 2005, or it was in the early 2000s, around 2000, I think. Maybe it was the early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. But either way, Dittophobia does take place before sister location. It kind of has to, with the animatronics still being intact, not scooped. So Dittophobia kind of, if you want to take that detail as like timeline thing, you could easily place sister location in the late 90s or early 2000s. But again, it's one of those details that's like, is this supposed to be a timeline thing, or I don't know. Like it's just this weird, like, how much thought was put into the line, and is it supposed to clue into the timeline? It's just weird. So far, a consistent trait of Elizabeth is her not grown up in any continuity, so Abby being a very young sibling could be a character clue on being an Elizabeth parallel. I mean, yeah, I feel like Abby being Elizabeth parallel is already kind of clued in on by being Mike's sister. Being Mike's sister, or being Mike's younger sister. Her name is Abby, which is a nickname for Elizabeth, but you know, there's a lot of stuff you could go on with. Another reason why I don't think Elizabeth was the first was kind of just because it really does seem like Elizabeth was born after the crying child possibly died. It seems like it, at least, because with the movie that's definitely the case. Like, the movie, Elizabeth was born after Garrett died. Like, that's a given. That's directly told to you. With the games, though, it's a little more confusing because, you know, you have her room, you have crying child exploring her room. With that, I kind of think it might just be like the room is ready for Elizabeth for when she is born. Like, they're expecting a daughter, and that's going to be her room. I don't, like, again, that one's more on the speculation side, but, you know, it's kind of my current line of thinking when it comes to sister location. I do think sister location goes a bit later, and Elizabeth was probably born last. But yeah. Hi, Bun. I'm glad you could make it. These are the theories that we've gone through so far. Next one is Susie first. I also don't believe this. I think when I think the line in UCN being like, I was the first, I have seen everything, I think that kind of just meant like the first MCI victim. I don't think it was like the very first victim that William killed. And again, like, a lot of it points towards William being a serial killer, having his trademark bunny suit. You see him lure Susie with the bunny suit. I mean, that's already a given with like the FNAF 1 newspapers. But like, still, you see William in the bunny suit luring Susie. And then with Charlie, he doesn't have that yet. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't think Susie's the first. I think she's just the first MCI victim. If I'm taking random pauses, it's because I'm drinking water. Yum, yum, yum. Andrew DCI. I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't believe Andrew possesses anyone else other than William Afton and then the Fetch dog. Only because, like, we don't really know a lot about Andrew, and there's no Fazbear Fright story with any toy animatronic, unless you want to count Shadow Bonnie, but I feel like that's kind of like this weird... I feel like the shadows are kind of detached from their, like, regular variants. I feel like they're completely separate characters. I wouldn't really count Shadow Bonnie as a toy animatronic. But there's no Fright story about any toy animatronic. And I don't know, it doesn't really seem like Andrew would be part of the DCI, just because of how little we know about the DCI. I mean, we don't really even know for sure if there is a DCI. They could have just been like, for all we know, it could have been just some weird third thing. But I do think there's a DCI. I just think we don't know enough about it to say Andrew was a part of it. Same with the MCI. We already kind of get the answer to who's in the MCI with, like, you know, the movie, the games, the books. I mean, like, even with, like, the story itself with Andrew's constantly just like, I've never had any friends, nobody likes me, everyone hates me, I've never known love, yada yada yada. Like, that kind of sounded mean, but, like, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. But, like, as far as we know, all the MCI children were, I wouldn't say they were all friends, because, you know, that's a very big claim to make. A very big claim to make of something that's not confirmed. But I don't know. It's just, it doesn't really seem like Andrew would be part of, just part of that group, I guess. And, you know, we already have things like Gabriel, Jeremy, or Charlie. Gabriel, Jeremy, Charlie, Fritz, and Susie. You know, we already have, like, the first, whatever. I just include the puppet for the MCI because why not? Help Wanted does it. Why wouldn't I? She's an puppet's basically just honorary, or Charlie's just honorary MCI victim, but, you know, I don't think Andrew is part of it, just because if he was part of it, he would have to be Golden Freddy, and that is something I very much don't believe in. Strictly just because, again, it's kind of similar to the Andrew DCI thing. There's just not a lot of evidence to it. The most evidence we have to Andrew being Golden Freddy would be the curly black hair in the Golden Freddy suit in The New Kid, which is like, I've already made a video about how I don't enjoy colors being, like, used as big earth-shattering evidence for theories, because it never really works out the way you want it to. Because, like, it's just, like, these kinds of things are very small details that can be easily changed or retconned. I would kind of put it in the same category as how, like, gender is not really an important thing when it comes to like characters. For instance, Charlie was originally a boy that was fully retconned, and Charlie was a girl. It was originally like Save Him or something. I'm pretty sure it was Save Him in FNAF 2. It was originally Save Him, and then retconned, and then, you know, Charlie's a girl now. So I feel like, again, like with hair color, it's kind of this just weird thing. And also, like, you know, black curly hair isn't exactly the most rare thing to have, you know. But so would this imply Andrew wasn't part of Into the Pit MCI? I don't think so. I don't think Andrew was part of the Into the Pit MCI. And I do think Into the Pit is game continuity. I mean, I do think, like, the Stitch Race Stingers is game continuity, but, like, definitely Into the Pit, because, like, why wouldn't it be? Because, like, you know, we have an Into the Pit game coming. Why wouldn't it be part of the Into the Pit? Why wouldn't it be part of the game continuity? Blah, blah, blah. But, hang on, let me... Hello, digital dog. Not a retcon. Charlie's just gender fluid. Real, honestly. Very real. Very true and canon. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I don't think Andrew was part of the MCI. I think the sixth kid Into the Pit will most likely be Charlie. And I know that might not make a lot of sense, but also the pit is this weird, like, memory dimension type thing, quote unquote dimension. Like, it's this weird dream, quote unquote dream-like realm fueled by remnant. So, like, not everything is 100%. Nothing is 100%. So it could definitely be just, like, a manifestation or a representation of Charlie. But like it does seem like hopefully we'll get to interact with the MCI kids in some kind of way. So hopefully the game will bring an answer to that. And if it is Andrew being like a secret sixth MCI kid, that would be interesting, I think. But I don't really think Andrew is part of the MCI. And if he is, he's definitely not Golden Freddy. I do think Golden Freddy is Cassidy. I think that makes the most sense. But, yeah. Andrew Afton. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Andrew Afton is. By the way, if any of you know what any of these mean, and I don't know what it means, please let me know. Please let me know what any theory means if I'm confused on it. I'm assuming that just means like Andrew was an Afton. Andrew Talbot? I don't think so either. Andrew Monty, I'm just gonna put that in the dummy. I'm sorry. I don't think that's true at all. I mean, actually, nah, because I'll put it in the don't believe. I don't think it's dummy. I can see where people are coming from with Andrew Monty, but I don't believe it at all. It's one of those things where it's like, oh wait, hang on. Digital Dog. I believe in Fright's fiction. The theory that all Fazbear Fright's books are in the books in the main continuity. I used to believe that, honestly. I really enjoyed that theory, but then I stopped believing it because, you know, there's an Into the Pit game coming, and I was kind of just like, I was on the fence already, and the Into the Pit game coming was just like, okay, yeah, I think Stitchline might just be canon, just fully 100%. Plus, like, Stitchline itself, it does make sense. Like, if you just look at Stitchline only, because, like, I only believe in Stitchline games. I don't think Fright's games is canon just because the larger Fazbear Fright stories are way harder to put into the timeline and just way more confusing and very contradictory. But I do think Stitchline games is a good theory, and I do believe in it. But Fright's fiction, I used to believe in it. I thought it was a really good theory. I kind of believe that, like, Fright's fiction, I think it would be cool if, like, Stitchline is in the game continuity, and then the rest of the Fazbear Fright stories are, like, stories in universe. I think that would be really cool. Like, kind of a weird mix between Stitchline and Fright's fiction. But I don't know. I used to believe in Fright's fiction too, but I feel like there's just more and more coming out that's, like, pointing towards Stitchline being part of the game continuity. Like with Return to the Pit, the Into the Pit game. There's just a lot. Personally, I just cherry pick what I like from the books and game canon. Real, honestly. Real. Anyways, though, Andrew Monty, I don't believe it. I think I can see where people are coming from with it, but, like, I don't really believe it. Andrew Springbonnie, I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Andrew Receiver, no. Just no. I'm putting that in the dummy one. There's gonna be a lot. Okay, listen. This stream might seem like I'm gonna have Cassidy bias, but also, I don't really care, because there's a lot of weird, like, I don't know why a lot of people like to replace character roles, because, like Andrew works in Stitchline, Cassidy works in Golden Freddy, and Crying Child works in FNAF 4/FNAF World. I can get more into that, but, like, still, like, these characters were made for specific roles, and I think it's weird to kind of just, like, say, like, oh, this one's a parallel to this one's this one, and this character, we don't know their role yet, even though they've existed for 6 years. Like, I think just, like, mixing around the roles, I think it's kind of weird. But no, I don't believe in Andrew Receiver. Andrew Pizza, I really like this one, to be honest. I really like this one just because of how absurd it is. If none of you know what Andrew Pizza is, I guarantee none of you could guess. You know what? Start typing your guesses into the chat of what Andrew Pizza is. If you already know it, don't spoil it. But if you don't know what Andrew Pizza is, just type your guess, because I want to see. I'm genuinely curious. Just guess what Andrew Pizza is real quick. Okay, so it looks like the Andrew Afton thing is that he's Michael's twin. Oh, that's... I'm putting that in dummy. That makes no sense. What? Okay. I just thought it was gonna be like, oh, Andrew is actually the crying child or something. No, it's fucking... What? Michael's twin. Okay, my guess is that Andrew is the pizzeria simulator itself. That's interesting, okay. His body was cut up into pizza, or he is the pizza wheel from Fnaf World. Bun, you were actually pretty close. The theory of Andrew Pizza is that William Afton cut up Andrew and baked him into a pizza and then ate it, which is why Andrew possesses Afton in the Frights epilogues. I thought it's fucking hilarious. I think that's a hilarious theory. Do I believe it? No, but I'm gonna put it in dummy. I'm gonna put it in dummy just because I think it's a ridiculous theory. I like it a lot. It's so hilarious though. Like, I definitely think it's a joke theory, but I like it. It's so funny. If we don't get any answers about Andrew and Into the Pit, I am just gonna headcanon Andrew Pizza, honestly. Oh, that's certainly a theory. Yep. It's so weird, but I love it, and I don't know why. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, enough Andrew Pizza. Follow Andrew. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's like Andrew is Shadow Freddy or something like that. I don't really believe that though. I don't think. No, I don't think so. I think, honestly, I don't have a lot of theories about Andrew. I don't have a lot of Andrew headcanons, aside from Andrew Pizza. No, I don't have a lot of Andrew headcanons. I kind of just think that Fazbear Frights, it gave us a lot about the characters it introduced and showed off. I think it gave a lot. So, like, although I do think there's room for theories about the characters, I don't really think it makes any sense putting them into roles of other characters. But, I mean, I guess Shadow Freddy could possibly work, but also I don't exactly know what Follow Andrew is. So if one of you guys could explain that, I would very much appreciate it. Also, I think Andrew Spring Bonnie is just Andrew being stuffed in Spring Bonnie, but I don't know for sure. But I'm just gonna put that in dummy, actually, because I think that's a little silly. It would be plausible if FNAF were any other horror media, I guess so. I mean, you could use Pizza Kit. You could use Pizza Kit as Andrew Pizza confirmation, honestly. You could find a way to make the Fazbear Fright story Pizza Kit to be, like, shifted into Andrew Pizza confirmation. I don't know how. I'm not gonna do that, but you definitely could. The FNAF theory fandom has done way weirder I think it would be pretty tame if somebody, like, somehow made Pizza Kit into Andrew Pizza confirmation. Now my headcanon is that Andrew ate pizza and pooped onto the floor, thus the Fazbear Entertainment birthed the rule. Real, honestly. Goodness. Maybe follow Andrew is possibly Andrew following Afton after killing him in his dreams. I mean, is it? I don't know. I mean, well, what do you, Digital Dog, what do you mean, killing him in his dreams? Do you mean like Afton killed Andrew in his dreams, or Andrew killing Afton in his dreams? Because either way, I don't think either of them happened. We don't really know how Andrew died, and Afton, being the slippery little snake he is, kind of just escaped from the hospital and then exploded in the Fazbear distribution center and then possessed a bunch of stuff with his agony. His crude agony. Afton killed after Afton killed Andrew followed Afton in his dreams. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes more sense. I mean, that's kind of basically what happens, I guess. Like man in room 1280. That's basically what happens. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what follow Andrew is, but I don't know. I'm just going to put that in question mark for now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a new one. Whoops. What happened? I am going to put a I'm gonna put a new one, just because I kind of just realized there's a couple of theories that I'm gonna be mixed on. So, yeah, there's gonna be a couple theories I'm mixed on. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put that there for now. Andrew 5th. I don't believe it. I already kind of went through why I don't believe it. The whole, like, we already know who each MCI victim is. There's not really any room for Andrew in the MCI unless he is a 6th secret victim. Scrap Baby MCI? Dummy. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds kind of silly. Ballora Afton! Dummy! I hate this theory! The theory that Ballora is possessed or represents Mrs. Afton is just... It's just been always the most silly thing to me. Because, like, first case, we've never had, like, any official word that Mrs. Afton even exists. Like, hang on, just think about this for a second. William Afton could have kidnapped his children. William Afton could have kidnapped his children, and that would change nothing. Like, just kind of just think about that for a second. Like, we have had absolutely no confirmation that there is a Mrs. Afton. So if a twist happens that William Afton never had children and he just, like, kidnapped them, that wouldn't change anything. That would just be a major plot twist. Because, like, again, there's absolutely been nothing about Mrs. Afton, unless, you know, you want to count the staff bot table as, like... But, like, even then, that's it. That's it. That would... The only thing that the staff bot table would say is that, yes, there was a Mrs. Afton. So, like, again, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. The other thing is that, like, Ballora is a representation of Mrs. Afton that William created. I also don't think that.
because William Afton, as much as you want to, like, as much as you, if you don't want to believe it, like, okay, it's kind of weird, but, like, whatever. But William Afton is constantly shown to be utterly heartless, having no care for anyone except himself. So, like, for him to create a character out of love, that goes entirely against, like, his entire character. Like, literally in, I think it was the, it was one of the books in the Silver Eyes trilogy, but they literally just go on to say how William Afton never made anything with love. What about Michael saying they didn't recognize me at first, they thought I was you? What do you mean? Digital Dog, what do you mean? What do you mean, Digital Dog? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't... Whoa, huh? What? Huh? What? But, anyways, just to finish off my little rant, I don't think Ballora represents Mrs. Afton. I don't think Ballora is Mrs. Afton. I think the only thing we really have about Mrs. Afton is just the fact that, yeah, she did exist. And that's it. Oh wait, Digital Dog, are you commenting on Bun's joke about Afton's kids being clones of him? Oh, okay. Michael was mistaken for William, so he looked like him in some capacity. Yeah, no, that's completely fair. Son growing up to look like his father. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just saying that like I don't think that William did kidnap his children. I do think they're like biologically related. I'm just saying that like if it ended up William like kidnapped his children, there wouldn't be a lot of like there wouldn't be like a huge retcon or anything. The only change it would make, like it would make that line weird, but it wouldn't really change anything. That's all I'm saying. I do think they're biologically related, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, I don't think Ballora is Mrs. Afton or is representative of Mrs. Afton at all. Anyways, BB victim. I'm assuming that just means Balloon Boy is the crying child. I'm putting that in dummy. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in mystery for now, but because I've never heard of it. If somebody could see what that means, that would be wonderful. But I don't. I've never heard of it. Goodness. Blob DCI. Guessing that just means the blob is made out of DCI. I mean, I've never heard of it, so I'm just gonna say don't believe, I guess. I'll put BB victim and don't believe too. Blob MCI. I don't believe that either. I think the MCI kids did move on after either after FNAF 6 or Fright's epilogues. I think they're gone by the time of Security Breach. Blob epilogue of victims. Yes. I do think that. Blob storyteller. The dead god? Question mark?
The dead god himself?
I don't believe it. I do not believe in the dead god. I do think Blob Epilogue's victim is quite real, just because like in the game files, Blob is referred to as the Tangle, and the pile remains in the epilogues is constantly referred to as a tangle. So I think it could be possible. UCN duo. Okay. Here comes the UCN stuff again. UCN. I've shared my thoughts about it. Have my thoughts changed constantly? Yes, they have. Do I think there's multiple spirits in UCN? Yes, I do. Do I think it's just 2? No. I do not think it's just 2. I think there is multiple spirits inside UCN. You know, I'm going to put mixed. Just because I do think there's multiple spirits inside UCN. I don't think UCN is the dream or the torment from Man in Room 1280. I don't think that's what UCN is. I do think there's multiple spirits inside UCN. But yeah. Anyways, Will Corpse dummy theory. Honestly, you know what? You want to know what I think about Burn Trap? I think so. You know how in Ruin, how we get that quote unquote secret ending with the mimic where he's in that costume, and a lot of people say it's supposed to be Gregory, like he's supposed to be a costume that looks like Gregory. It's supposed to be the mimic masquerading as Gregory. I kind of believe in that. But also I think that if that's the case, I think Burn Trap is supposed to be just the mimic masquerading as Springtrap. Like, the corpse doesn't matter. The costume, it was just random fabric. Like, he just got a random head, random flesh, random fabric, and then made a costume out of it, similar to what the mimic did with the quote-unquote Gregory costume in Ruin. Like, it's just another cosplay, I think. But anyways, Agony Corpse, I don't believe it. Luca Corpse, Luca, that's the dude from Pressure, right? I'm gonna say mixed. I'm kind of mixed on that because still Burn Trap is kind of this this big gray area for me. But yeah, I more so believe that Burn Trap is just the mimic masquerading as Springtrap, kind of what he did with Gregory in Ruin. But still Burn Trap is like super in this gray area for me. I'm not. Where did the Mimi get the flesh? See, Bun. The Tales epilogues. The mimic killed like 20 people at least. Bun, the mimic killed like 20 people. There's so much flesh, Bun. That's not something you find laying around casually. In the mimic's case, yes it is. Listen, the mimic has so many victims. Hang on. I need to look up how many people the mimic killed. Because, Bun, the mimic has corpses lying around. Bun, he literally made a mountain of flesh. That's what the fucking blob theory is. That's what the blob epilogue's victim theory is. It's that the fucking broken apart remains of the mimic's victims possess the blob. It's a sick fucking theory, honestly. I really like it. But yes, the mimic has lots of corpses. 20 at least. Let me see how many people he killed. Um... Give me a second. Okay, I'm having trouble finding exactly the number of people he killed, but it was a lot. It was definitely enough for him to have random corpses lying around to the point where he could cosplay a Springtrap. Anyways. But yeah, no, he definitely does have them lying around, bud. Edwin Corpse, dummy. Silly even. Henry Corpse, also dummy and silly. Kelly Corpse, also mixed on that. Mike Corpse, dummy. Random Corpse, mixed on that too. Bite Victim Emily, dummy. Paper Victim, have no idea what that is. Sounds like the crying child just possesses the paper plates. I'm gonna say that's dummy too. BV Receiver, dummy. I do not think the crying child possesses Golden Freddy. I'm gonna make a very in-depth video on why I hate the concept of Golden Duo and stuff like that. And like, I only believe that Cassidy is Golden Freddy. I think the only thing or person that possesses Golden Freddy is Cassidy, and I think Crying Child possessing Golden Freddy was extremely shoehorned in by the fandom, because one, you have the name Evan. The name Evan was found, quote-unquote found, in the logbook through a very ridiculous method that didn't even work in the first place. They used the people who found, or how the name Evan was found in the logbook. The people who found it first used one method. They first used one method for the first 3 letters of Evan, and then used an entirely different method for the last letter, meaning it shouldn't have worked. Because if you're trying to use a code to find something, or a cipher more accurately, if you're trying to use a cipher and you can't find a result using that cipher, that means it's not going to work. You shouldn't just be like, oh yeah, we have these 3 letters for using this cipher. Let's use an entirely different cipher now because it stopped working. That's not how ciphers work. If it's not working, that means you're getting the wrong answer. That means that's not the answer. It just means that's not the answer. So Evan was a name that should have never been a thing in the first place. There's a wonderful video by, I think it's like Chiptide, just displaying everything wrong with Evan being found in I'm sorry, I got off track. There's a great video, I think it's by Chiptide. It's just displaying everything wrong with the name Evan being found in the logbook and how it just doesn't work. If I remember correctly, I believe it was the people using tally marks. It was the people using the tally marks to find the name Evan, and then I'm pretty sure Chiptide said something along the lines of like they didn't use all the tally marks, so that means the cipher was either incomplete or the cipher just didn't work. Either way, the name Evan doesn't work. And even then, the name Cassidy was found, I think, like 3 years prior, maybe a little less. But it was found long before the name Evan was made. And then you just have stuff like the Fnaf movie, which has Mike with his younger 2 siblings. One that he, quote unquote, I wouldn't say causes the death of it. He was really just being, I mean, he was just a kid. It would be wrong. It would be really weird to blame him for Garrett dying. But like, either way, he blames himself for the death of his younger brother. And you know, you have that, and the younger brother's name is Garrett. And then you have Golden Freddy in the same movie. Like, I'm just saying, you have both of these characters in the same movie. If you wanted to make some kind of confirmation that yes, the crying child possesses Golden Freddy along with this other kid, the movie would have been the perfect opportunity to do that, because they both exist in the exact same piece of media. And they don't do it. And I feel like that's just like, I feel like that's the final nail in the coffin for Golden Duo. And then of course there's stuff like Happiest Day only showing one spirit for Golden Freddy, Help Wanted 2 showing only one spirit for Golden Freddy, like every other depiction of Golden Freddy's spirit just being one. Like the books, merch. I know merch isn't really like super lore heavy or anything, but like still, like Golden Duo makes no sense to me. And there's just like so much wrong with it. I'm definitely gonna make a video about it, but like, cause I could get even further into it. But yeah, Golden Duo, Crying Child being Golden Freddy makes absolutely no sense. So it's in dummy. BV saw failure. I'll put that in mixed. I don't really think there's enough to say for sure that he did, but I don't know. BV saw Charlie's corpse. I'm gonna put that in mixed too. BV saw Liz's death. I don't think so. I already kind of stated how I think Elizabeth was born after Crying Child died. So yeah. But blah 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 blah. Anyways, BV saw MCI. I don't believe. Free victim. Okay, this is gonna be a little difficult because there's a specific version. Okay, this is gonna be hard because there's a specific version of the Crying Child story that I believe in. However, I don't know the exact name for it. I have no idea what the exact name for it is. So, you know what? I'm just gonna look these up. Because I do think something happened with the Crying Child where his memories were just broken and kind of quote-unquote infected the timeline. But I don't know what the exact name for it would be. Okay, so FNAF free victim. Okay. Goodness, why are they so long? Can I get a TDLR or something? Okay, so in summary, free victim is basically the idea that after Bite Victim died, he became nobody, but he instead set up Happiest Day with the help of the Fredbear plush and freed all the other children, hence the name Free Victim, allowing his spirit to rest. For a better explanation of the theory, I recommend check out the link above. I mean, I guess so. Okay, so if any of you in chat know What free victim is: shatter victim, network victim, spark victim, memory victim, shattered freedom. If any of... Give me a second. Okay. Anyways, if any of you know what... I'll get into that later. If any of you know what these 6 mean, please just let me know. 'Cause I don't know exactly. Okay, so here's what I believe what happened with Crying Child. Just TDLR. I could get into it, but I don't feel like it. I mean, I do, but like, that would take forever. I think after Crying Child died, after he was bitten by Fredbear, his memories basically just broke up. He kind of forgot who he was, and then his agony kind of, quote-unquote, infected the timeline. Influenced a lot of things to happen. For instance, why is the tiny toy Chica missing her beak? I think because Crying Child saw that, just as an example, I think because Crying Child saw that, it makes actual toy Chica rip off her beak. It's not Crying Child making things happen, but really just the influence of his memories. I think that's how it works, kind of. I don't think Crying Child possesses anyone, but I do think he does set up Happiest Day because of what we see in FNAF World. And I don't think he is the Happiest Day receiver. Or the FNAF 3 Happiest Day receiver, I should say. I think he has his own Happiest Day in the TV ending of FNAF World, because there's like the 3 figures in front of a TV, and if you look in the files, it says Happiest Day. I think that's Crying Child's Happiest Day, watching TV on the floor with his brother and sister. Because again, it seems like they're sitting on the floor, and I think that's interesting because, you know, in the FNAF 4 house, the couch is next to the TV, not in front of the TV, so they would have to be sitting on the floor to watch it. So I think that's an interesting detail, if that's like supposed to be what it is. But yeah, I think Crying Child helps set up FNAF 3 Happiest Day and helps free the MCI victims, and that kind of earns him his own Happiest Day. And I think that's why the I also kind of think that's why the animatronics kind of become possessed, and why there's so much like weird things with I guess parallels. Like, there's so many weird parallels and visual parallels in FNAF 4 with the rest of the series, like the kid holding the balloon, the tiny toy Chica missing her beak, things like that. The Happiest Day being a reverse Fredbear's Family Diner, just all of that stuff. I do think it's Crying Child's memories influencing the world due to his emotions. And I don't think Crying Child is like vengeful or anything like that. I think he just completely forgot everything. And I think Cassidy is the one that kind of helps him in the logbook to remember everything. But I don't know, I'm getting off track. But free victim, it sounds kind of close to what I think. So I'm gonna put that in mixed, I guess. Let me see what shatter victim is real quick, because I think I know what shatter victim is, but also like I don't really know if my explanation was super close to everything. But we'll see. You know, I think I know what shatter victim is, so I'm just gonna put that in mixed too. What's network victim? What is network victim? I don't think I've ever heard of network victim. I don't know. I just like found a post about network victim, but it didn't say anything about network victim. It just said that it's memory victim on crack, but I don't know what memory victim is either. What is memory victim? There's really no short. Oh my gosh, this is so long. You know what? I'm just gonna put. What's spark victim? I think I might just put all these in mix, to be honest. What is spark victim? Spark victim is a theory that the death of the crying child is what motivates William Afton's act. Oh, no, definitely not. Bro doesn't care about anyone. I've already established this. William kills his daughter in multiple continuities. Also, I mean, like, it says the theory doesn't involve will care or will grief, which is the theory that William cares and grieves about his family. So I guess it's more just like something with crying child dying. But either way, I don't really think so. But network victim and memory victim, I really don't know what those are. Okay, hang on. I found a short description of shatter victim. Shatter victim is a theory that the bite victim's soul/memories are split between the 5 MCI victims. Under this theory, BV's soul splits apart due to the head trauma inflicted by Fredbear. His head literally being crushed causes the consciousness to shatter. The theory can have several different interpretations depending on the theorist. Some versions of Shatter Victim include pieces of BV's soul attaching to the puppet and or Michael in addition to the MCI. Okay. So yeah, okay, so Shatter Victim, Free Victim. I'm kind of mixed on those only because I believe what I believe in is kind of like both combined, I guess. But I'm kind of mixed on them. I don't know. I do really like them though. They are very, very interesting theories. I can't find anything about memory victim though. Oh wait, network theory. Okay. Okay, so network victim is the theory that the flip side is an internet-connected network of memories and dreams that overlaps with the physical real world. Strong emotions/memories leave imprints on the flip side that in turn affect the real world. The agony and suffering of the bite victim and others corrupts the flip side, creating and bringing agony-corrupted creatures, objects, memories, and dreams into the real world. That's interesting, actually. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. I'm going to put that in mixed. Just along with the others, because it's also kind of what I believe in. My interpretation of what happens to the crying child is literally just free victim, shatter victim, and network victim all combined. I think I might be insane. Cause like I didn't know about most of these, and I was just like, hey, what if this happened? I might just be insane. Okay. Memory victim. I can't find anything about memory victim for some reason. Also, what's shattered freedom? This is taking a bit. I'm very sorry. Memory victim. This is the reading portion of the stream, I guess. This is the one with a really long explanation. Is there a TDLR at the end of this? Because goodness. I mean, the thing did say that network victim was memory victim on crack, so I don't know. I'm just gonna put that in mystery for now, and I have no idea what it is for now. Shattered freedom. Don't know what that is. FNAF theories are essentially less worst version of fanfiction. Real. Very true and accurate. Oh, I can't find anything about Shattered Freedom. Hang on. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna put this in here so we can move on. If any of you know what memory victim or shattered freedom is, please let me know. Anyways, Norman Afton. Stupid theory. I'm sorry, but this one's just stupid. If none of you know what happened. So, when FNAF Help Wanted released, a lot of people looked in the files and saw that the FNAF 4 bedroom was labeled as Norman Bedroom. A lot of people thought, holy shit, that's the name of the crying child. The crying child's name is Norman. But uh-oh, turns out that that was just the asset name for the bedroom. And a lot of people don't know that for some reason. So I'm putting that in dummy. It's basically just like... It's just Evan Afton, but worse. It's just bad. It's just really bad. Oh, I think my dogs are barking. I'll be right back. Gonna take a tiny break here. I'll be right back. All right, hello, I am back. Sorry about that. I was taking care of my dogs. What's this? Evan Garrett Norman. Honestly, that Chris fan name sounds more legit. Garrett, I think Garrett's the best name, I think. Like, just in general, I think Garrett is just the best sounding to me. I honestly kind of think so, specifically, but just because how the naming convention for the Aftons work. Because, like, if you think about it, there's a very interesting pattern that every single Afton has a very long name with a 4-letter nickname. For instance, William is Bill/Will. Mike, or Michael, is Mike. Elizabeth is Abby. There's also Liz, but you know. And then Garrett would be Gary. Like, it's long names with 4-letter nicknames. I think that's really interesting. It's a very interesting pattern. And I think that's why Garrett works the best, to be honest. I'm expecting Crying Child's name for the games to be revealed as Gary. That would be so fun. Anyways, follow victim. I think that's the theory where Crying Child follows Michael, right? I don't believe it. I can see why people might, but I don't believe it. By victim experiments, yes, I do believe that. I think that Michael and the Crying Child, or Garrett, I'm just gonna call him Garrett from now on. Normalize calling Crying Child Garrett. I think that Mike and Garrett were both subjected to the experiments. I think like both. I think it happened to both of them, and then children that William just kidnapped. Logbook duo, I do believe in this. I used to not. I have a theory up about Fnaf World, and it kind of says that I don't believe in this, but I do believe it now. Like, after looking into it for a while, I believe it now. Cass Boy, you know, I'm gonna say I'm mixed about these, only because I think either could happen. I kind of think it's more likely that Cassidy is a girl, but like either way, I think either could happen. Cassidy Afton and Cassidy Victim, both dummy, both very dummy. Just because, like, you know, you have stuff with like the MCI. Like, there's definitively 5 MCI victims. And like, how do you put Crying Child? Like, even saying if like Cassidy is the Crying Child, how do you put that into the MCI and make it make sense? I've heard people say like, oh, it's their spirit showing up or something like that, but like, it just never makes sense in like a narrative perspective. Like, just let them be 2 separate characters, and it makes a lot more sense. Like, it works perfectly fine with them being 2 separate characters. Like, I don't know. Virus Cassidy. Okay, I'm putting this one in mixed just because I don't... Okay, if you don't know what Virus Cassidy is, it's basically that there's a, it's kind of like a combat to the Mimic. It's kind of like a Cassidy Mimic. Like what the Mimic is to Afton, there is a digital Cassidy equal, I guess. So I'm mixed on this, mainly just because I don't think that Cassidy was somehow uploaded into the digital realm or anything, but I do think there is something that is representing Cassidy that acts as a foil to the Mimic. So like, some kind of weird code version of Cassidy, some kind of like maybe a subroutine of the Mimic
that that fixated on Cassidy and became the main mimic's foil. And then maybe that became Princess Quest, and then something like that. I don't think that Cassidy was uploaded into some kind of digital thing, but I do think there is some kind of digital representation of Cassidy. And I'm just mixed on it because, you know, there's different versions of the same theory, and it does go a lot into speculation territory, but still. Let me read chat. Honestly, one of my working theories is that the AR world for Bruin and Help Wanted 2 is part of the flip side, and that's why you can interact with objects through others, and it's just really close to reality. Okay, so I saw this really interesting graph, and it was like we have the real world, and then there's the digital world, and then there's FNAF world, or it was something like that. It was like the digital world, the spirit world, the real world. I don't know, but it was something that was really interesting, and how they kind of like all bleed into each other. Like it was like 4 squares kind of. Like on top was the real world. On top was the real world. To the bottom left was the bottom left. What was it? There was the digital world, and then it was like I think like the memory, the dream world. Yeah. Okay. So there's the digital world and there was the dream world, and then there was the spirit world, and all of them are separate, but each one individually bleeds into the real world. And then I think that FNAF world is kind of the convergence between all of them. Like it's some weird dimensional shit, but like it's really interesting. It's some weird dimensional shit that I don't think FNAF would ever delve into, but it's really interesting. It makes for some interesting mythology. But yeah. Anyways, Logbook Uno. Don't believe. Already believe in Logbook Duo. Cassidy Owner. I don't really know what that means, but I'm just gonna say I don't believe it, just because like I feel like it would be Mike who owns the logbook, unless it just sounds like Cassidy owns the logbook, but it's actually a completely different theory. But I'm just gonna say I don't believe it. Cassidy receiver, yes, I do believe that. You know, I should put Spark Victim in Don't Believe. Just because I feel like... Because I don't know everything about it, but I feel like putting in Dummy... I feel like putting a theory that I don't fully know about in Dummy is kind of silly. Except Paper Victim. Because Paper Victim is Dummy. Baby Tamper? What's Baby Tamper? Give me a second. Baby Tamper. Cassidy tampered with Baby for her to kill Elizabeth. Requires Cassidy after. Oh, no. That's that's kind of silly, I think. Oh, this is okay. Here's where the Jeremy stuff comes in, because I honestly don't know what I believe. I think, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna put both of these in mixed. Just because I think both of them could happen. I think it's more likely that Jeremy ended up surviving. I don't know. Could it be that he ended up surviving his face getting ripped off, or getting sliced off?
I don't know. It happened a lot closer to Security Breach. I don't think these two are the same Jeremy though. But I think either one could potentially be possible. There's also this one. I'm gonna put that. I think either of these three. I think either of these three are possible. But I don't know which one I believe in more. Landon Father? I don't think I've ever heard of this one, to be honest. I'm gonna put that in question mark. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Which Jeremy is which? Okay. So there's Jeremy Help Wanted Father. The theory that Jeremy from Help Wanted, the one who gets his face sliced off, is the father of Cassie. There's Jeremy Father from Fnaf 2, which is the one who supposedly gets his head bitten. And then Bully Father, the theory that the Fnaf 4 Bonnie Bully is Cassie's father. I believe either one of these three could happen. Which one is more likely though? I don't know. I don't think any of these are the same character. I mean, it could be possible, maybe, that the bully is Help Wanted Jeremy, but I don't really know. But I don't know. I think any one of these could be possible. I just don't know which one would be more likely. Cassie Dadbot. Oh wait, real quick. Dad Conspiracist. I do believe in this one. I very much do think that Cassie's dad is the arcade conspiracist, just because how the Princess Quest arcade games have to work is that you need to play each one. You need to play each one right. You need to play each Princess Quest arcade one right after the other. You can't start on 2 and then go to 1 and then go to 3. You can't start on 3, then go to 2, then 1. You need to do it 1, then 2, then 3. So for us in Help Wanted 2 to be able to play the 4th installment, I think we would need to be somebody who has played the previous Princess Quest games. And that makes the most sense to be the arcade conspiracist. And then Cassie Dadbot. I don't really know exactly what this means, but I guess it just means like Cassie's dad gets put into Mapbot, which like I feel like that's already confirmed, or like his consciousness gets uploaded into Mapbot. I mean, actually, well, I'm mixed on it actually, cause like it could just be. It could be something else. It could just be like us seeing Glitchtrap giving Cassie the mask. I think that's very possible, especially because of the rabbit ears. So I'm mixed on that. Andrew Experiments. Okay. This one's hard because I do think Andrew was an experiment victim. I think if Andrew is the one you should not have killed from UCN, I think it makes the most sense for him to be an experiment victim. Possibly the first one. In my line of logic, I think he's probably the first one. But or at least the first one to die in those experiments. But I just, like, a lot of it does come down to a bit of speculation. Like, there are plenty of things like, you know, Andrew, well, I don't know, like, okay, it's really difficult because, you know, William killed Andrew. That's a given. William killed Andrew. However, I'm kind of mixed because I don't know 100% if Andrew is the one you should not have killed. I don't think UCN is I don't think UCN is exactly the man in room 1280. I don't think it's a dream thing. But I do think it's possible that Andrew is the one you should not have killed. And if that's true, I do think Andrew is an experiment victim. But that's, again, that really only applies if Andrew is confirmed to be the one you should not have killed. So I don't know. I'm just going to put it in mixed. Like, I really, really like the theory. I think it works really well, but I don't think there's enough to say for sure. Take cake to the children Fredbear's. I do believe that. I think it makes the most sense, especially since you know, Charlie's the first to die. She does die at Fredbear's in the novels. But oh, that's fun. They use the same title on accident. That's supposed to be Freddy's though. I don't believe that though. Cupcake dog, no, dummy. I think that's silly. I don't think any dog possesses. Maybe in the movie. Maybe in the movie, just because of how rabid the cupcake acts. But I don't think that's the case for the games. Dreadbear victim and Dreadbear Cassidy. I don't believe him. I don't believe him just because, again, I think all the spirits are gone after, or by the time Help Wanted comes around. Drowning all of these. Actually, okay. Gonna be completely honest. I don't know. Drowning is so weird. Okay, if you don't know what drowning is, it's a Tales from the Pizzaplex story that there's a haunted virtual arcade game, a haunted VR game in the Pizzaplex, and this spirit girl with long black hair who supposedly drowned is like chasing down the protagonist. And like supposedly she's from a completely different time period, but like I don't know, because again, the only distinct detail about her is that she's from a different time period and has black hair. And I've already said how I don't enjoy just using random hair colors and theories. So I'm gonna put these as mixed. Drowned Peggy? I don't even know who Peggy is. I don't even know what that is. Drowned Vanessa? I don't think so, no. Dwayne Phone Dude. Okay. What we found. Where do I start with what we found? How many do we have left, by the way? We've been streaming for how long? Almost 2 hours. We have so much left. Oh my god. Okay. Might have to do a part 2 some other time. I don't know. But, okay. Dwayne Phone Dude. Basically, what we found, it's a story in Fazbear Frights. It's, basically a quote-unquote retelling of Fnaf 3, except not really, because it only lasts one night. The building does not burn down, and supposedly all of it is just a major hallucination. So it's very, very different from what Fnaf 3 actually is. They recreated Ben drowned in Tales from the Pizzaplex. Honestly, yeah. Kind of. It's kind of just Ben drowned. If you really want to think about it, like, it's basically Ben drowned.
Anyways, so Dwayne Phone Dude. I don't really know. I think it could be possible that, you know, like, the What We Found characters, like, they're the same. I think What We Found is in a separate continuity completely. I don't think it's part of Stitch Line. I think it's a completely separate continuity. However, I do think it's possible that the characters from What We Found are the same in the game continuity. So I'm gonna put that in mixed. It's possible that he's in the game continuity, but I don't really know for sure. I'm like, who else could it be? I guess Eleanor. No, definitely not. Eleanor being Elizabeth. No. Eleanor being Mrs. Eleanor being Mrs. Afton. Sorry. I'm being dramatic. I'm sorry. Okay. Eleanor MCI Agony. No. Dummy. Eleanor Charlie Bot. Also dummy. Oh my goodness. I think it's just Agony in general, maybe, but like... definitely not MCI Agony. Elizabeth post FNAF 2. I hate Eleanor in general. No, okay, listen. I think Eleanor is really fun. Eleanor is a very, very fun character. I used to hate the Fazbear Frights books. I used to hate Eleanor. I used to hate everything about the Fazbear Frights books. And then I just reread them. I took them... I appreciated them for an individual story, one big thing, one big epilogue to FNAF 1 through UCN. And I appreciate it a lot more. I think Eleanor is a very fun character. And, like, if you don't like Eleanor, that's completely fair. Eleanor's not for everyone. They're a very interesting character. But I think... I definitely think Eleanor is a character that should be given a second chance by the fandom in general, just because they were very interesting. They very much played on the paranormal aspect of FNAF. Like, Fazbear Frights in general took the paranormal aspect of FNAF and cranked it up to 11, and I think that's really cool. And I honestly really hope they do something like that again. But I definitely think Eleanor should be given another chance, to be honest. Elizabeth post FNAF 2. I don't really know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I don't... I don't... I'm assuming that means, like, when she got killed. Oh, wait, what's this? Elise Arrival. I'm assuming that just means, like, that Elizabeth Afton got... or survived the FNAF 6 fire. I don't believe that. Elizabeth post MCI. I'm gonna put these in mixed, honestly. I think either one is possible. Fazbear and 70s, Fazbear and 80s, both going in mixed. Vanny Scooper. I mean, I think that means, like, Vanny made the Scooper. I don't believe in that, though. I think it's more possible that Fazbear Entertainment made the what would it be called? The Grabber? The Snatcher? I'm calling it the Snatcher. I think Fazbear Entertainment made the Snatcher, to be honest. I think that just makes more sense. FNAF 3 2015. Okay. First off, FNAF 3 2023. I do not believe in that. I think that's way too late in the timeline. Like, versus much more recent things like Fazbear Frights, Tales from the Pizzaplex, Into the Pit, stuff like that. It definitely makes FNAF 3 being in 2023 being way, way later. So, but that kind of brings me to... Okay. I'm putting... I know I should put these in mixed, but I think either one is possible, and they don't really step on each other all that much. Although there is FNAF 6 2015. I think that's kind of silly. Give me FNAF 6 2017 and I would do that. I would very gladly do FNAF 6 2017 and FNAF 3 2015. What? Give me. Why'd you do that? But like, also if y'all don't know, I think FNAF 3 2015, FNAF 3 2017, basically just like FNAF 3 is 30 years after the 1985 Freddy location, or FNAF 3 is 30 years after the FNAF 2 location. Kind of the same concept as FNAF 3 2023, but yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. FNAF 6 2015 I don't believe in. FNAF 6 2023 I don't believe in. FNAF 6 2024 Beyond I do not believe in. Like, none of these... I think it's like maybe a year after FNAF 3. Maybe. I don't know. But like, it is... FNAF 6 being beyond 2024 is insane to me. Special Delivery 2020, I do believe in that. Henry Fright Guard, I don't think so. Hudson and Mike, I'm kind of mixed on those two. You know, I'm gonna bring these back down to mixed. So since I don't really have a definitive answer for what it could be, I'm just gonna bring these back down. Actually, you know what? I'm putting FNAF 3 in 2015 and putting FNAF 3 2017 in mixed. Just because I think it works best. Also, I think FNAF 3 being 30 years after the murders happened is a really cool idea. But Hudson Fright Guard, again, Hudson is from what we found, and I already stated I don't think it's in the game continuity, but I do think it's possible that the characters are... I do think it's possible that the continuity share characters, so I think it's possible that either Hudson is the Fright Guard or Mike is the Fright Guard. I do not think they are both the Fright Guard. I think that's kind of weird. Honestly, I'm putting that in dummy. Random Fright Guard. I mean, I don't believe it, but like, I'm okay. Bite Victim Dreamer, Mike Dreamer. I mean, that's kind of hard. I mean, I'm putting both of these in mixed because I do think they both I do think they both experience the nightmare chambers. So it could be possible that both of them had nightmares about it. I don't know. It's whatever. Follow Me 1988. That would be before the opening of Freddy. So no, I don't believe that. Follow Me 1993. I don't believe that either. Follow Me 1995 plus, I do believe that. I feel like that makes the most sense, especially for it to like be after the place closes. I'm kind of iffy where I think FNAF 1 works, but because I don't think it's 1993, to be honest. I feel like it would be a little later. But I don't know.
Follow me 2015. Why does it say you're in the band? I mean, wait, no, I already okay, never mind. Follow me 2015. That seems a little silly to me. Follow me 2017 plus. Definitely not. Goodness. That's very, very late. Agony plush? Okay, this is oh my goodness, this is gonna be long. Okay, agony plush. The idea that the Fredbear plush is infused with Crying Child's agony. I'm mixed on that. Imaginary plush. Plush is imaginary. I'm also mixed on that. Nightmare plush. Mixed on that too. Andrew plush. I don't believe in that. Cassidy plush. I'm mixed on that, to be honest. Charlie plush. I'm also mixed on that. It's very confusing. Actually no. I think Charlie plush is much more possible than Cassidy plush. Elizabeth plush, don't believe in it. Jake plush, don't believe in it. Mrs. Atherton plush, dummy. Shadow plush, don't believe in it. Will plush, don't believe in it. I can see why people would, but I think it's kind of silly. Especially because Bro literally teleports around. Bro becomes a flower. You can literally see William Afton in the back room to Fredbear's wall, or like right after Fredbear plush is talking to you. Also, the Fredbear plush doesn't even appear in Fredbear's, and he can talk to the Crying Child, so that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, Pigtail Girl is the I will put you back together speaker. That's kind of silly. Will is the speaker. That's also kind of silly, I think. Fredbear plush, yes. Because he says it in Fnaf World, so why wouldn't it be? Again, I'm kind of mixed on Charlie being the speaker, because like I'm kind of, it might be Charlie might be the Fredbear plush, and if, you know, Charlie says that, if Charlie is the Fredbear plush, then they would say that, so whatever. By association, mixed. Glitch Bear Afton, no. Glitch Bear Agony, maybe. Mixed. Glitch Bear Cassidy, mixed, honestly. Cassidy Experiments, don't believe. Henry Fritz, dummy. Phone Fritz, dummy, actually. His name is Ralph. If y'all didn't see, there was a novel that was recently announced that was an official, it's an official prequel to FNAF 1, and it's called The Week Before. And apparently Phone Guy's name is Ralph. So that's fun. Anyways, Will Fritz, dummy. Fritz Bully, mixed. Fritz Father, also mixed. Funtime Victim, don't believe it. Garrett Puppet. Okay, so I'm assuming this is like specifically movie, maybe. So I'm assuming Garrett Puppet means like Garrett might be the puppet in the FNAF movie. I'm gonna put that in mixed because it might be a possibility. Garrett RXQ. I don't know, dummy, I think. Garrett Victim, do believe in, because why wouldn't they be? Glamrock AI, that's yes. Glam Therapist? Huh? I don't know what that is. Glam Victim, dummy. Glam Cassidy, dummy. Glam Charlie, dummy. Glam Edwin, dummy. Glam Gabriel, dummy. Glam Henry, dummy. Glam Jake, dummy. Glam Lucia, dummy. If you're wondering what all these are, it's just that like these characters possess Glamrock Freddy or the Glamrocks. All very dummy, I think. Glam Mike, dummy. Glam Tony, dummy. Glam Agony, dummy. Glam New Victim, dummy. Will Trap. Okay, I know I want to put it in dummy, but I can see why people would still believe it though. I think Burn Trap and Glitch Trap are the Mimic. I do think Burn Trap and Glitch Trap are the Mimic, but I can see why people would still think it's William. But I do think it. Yes, Mimic Trap, here it is. I do believe. I really want to try to get through this all today, but it's so long. Shadow Trap, dummy. Golden Shared, dummy. Golden Both, dummy. Golden Trio, dummy. Golden Andrew, dummy. Golden Victim, dummy. Golden Uno, yes. I could go on about it again, but I'm gonna leave that for a video. Golden Phone, dummy. Greg Human, yes. Gregbot, dummy. Gregony, I think that's like Gregory being made of agony, which what the fuck? Grimmick, dummy. Quite actually, I don't know what that is. Mike Experiments, yes. I'm gonna put. I wanna put these all together. Here we go. I wanna organize these. I wanna organize the ones that I believe in. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. Hudson set up Happiest Day, dummy. Mike set up Happiest Day, dummy. Helpy Glitch Trap, yes. Henry Scooper, actually maybe, or Henry Snatcher more accurately. Henry Snatcher, possibly. Charlie Bot Games, dummy. Henry CEO post FFPS, dummy. I think he's dead. Help Wanted 2, Cassie's dad, do believe. Help Wanted 2, Gregory. I think that's just like who we play as, but I don't believe in those. Help Wanted Random, that's kind of dummy. I'm pretty sure it's already been confirmed as Vanessa. Into the Pit post FFPS. I feel like that's, if it's not already confirmed, I do believe it. Into the Pit pre FFPS, I do not believe. Jake Manali, what? I have no idea. Jake Afton, dummy. Jeremy Bully, mixed. Jeremy Father, mixed question mark. Andrew Bear, I mean, that really depends. Would it be UCN or Fnaf World? I mean, I don't think Andrew. I don't think it's Andrew. It could be Cassidy though. Mixed. Lally Eleanor. Don't believe it. If you don't know what Lally is, it's this fucking gremlin from Tales from the Pizzaplex. Lefty Fredbear. I don't believe it. Lefty MCI. Nah. Logbook Between? I don't really know what that is. It looks like Between FNAF 1 FNAF 3, which like maybe? I don't know. Logbook Pizzaplex, dummy. Logbook 1993. I don't believe it. Logbook 2023 or FNAF 3, I guess, but I don't believe it. Meta Logbook? I don't know. I think the logbook just being meta is kind of silly when you have in-universe characters in it, like writing in it, like Mike, Cassidy, Garrett. Like, why would it be meta?
Like, it's a very, very in-universe sounding thing. Mangle Dog, dummy. Mary Miss Afton? I don't even know what... Huh? I don't even know who Mary is. What the heck? MCI 1993, dummy. Or 1983, sorry. MCI 1985, yes. MCI 1987, dummy. Brooks Victim, dummy. Mike 4th? I think this means Mike is the 4th Afton kid, dummy. Mike Bot. Mike Bot dummy. Sorry, he's taking a drink of water. Theory that Michael is a robot dummy. I used to believe in it, to be honest. Like, it was definitely a theory I used to believe in. How many left? A lot. We're probably halfway through, I think. This can be a long stream, I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with this, to be honest. Mike Fritz? I might need to take a break to get food, though. I want to make bagel bites. I want to make little pizza bites. Mike Fritz. Mike Fritz. That's kind of silly, I think. Mike Jeremy, also silly. Mike Victim. I used to believe in Mike Victim, but now I think it's dumb. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I believed in Mike Victim, like, all the way till during Security Breach. Like, I was an avid Mike Victimer. And frankly, I can see why people would believe Mike Victim. But now I think it's just silly. Now I think it's just silly, especially after the movie. Mike Not. I think that just means Mike is not an Afton, which is kind of silly. Mike Bro. Yes. I do believe. Mike Afton. Yes. Mike Emily. Dummy. Mike Jeff. Dummy. Also, question for those of you who have read Into the Pit, do you guys think that Jeff would look like Vinny Vinesauce? Because I kind of think he would. I think Jeff would look like Vinny Vinesauce. Mike Lewis, dummy. Mike not in 2. I don't think Mike is in FNAF 2. Honestly. Mike surviving FNAF 6? I don't think so. Mike here. Okay. I'm gonna put both of these in mixed just because... Were you a Mike Victimer when you were in FNF? Kind of, yes. Like, it wasn't the most avid theory I believed in, but I thought it was really cool and I liked it. I thought it made a lot of sense. But now I don't. But anyways, Mike Hero and Mike Accomplice, I'm putting in mixed, just because I think in the games, Mike has a similar role to what Vanessa has in the movie. Mike would have been too young in 87. Yeah, I think so. Because if the movie ages are accurate, Mike would have been probably like maybe 14. Well, that depends actually, because actually that really depends because okay, Garrett is like 4 in the movie, but he was born in 1983. So like I don't know, if you shift the ages back, if you shift the ages around, okay, Garrett was born in 1983. So then in the games, if he was 4 during 1983, if he was 4 during the bite, then he would be born in 1979. So if Mike... So shift it back 4 years. Hang on, I'm thinking. I'm trying to do the math. I suck at math, though. I lost my train of thought. Never mind. But no, Mike would have been very young. Very, very young in FNAF 2, I think. Henry, Mike's dad in the movie? I okay, I'm I'm honestly kind of mixed with this, because I could see it happening, but also I feel like I could see it happening, but also I feel like it wouldn't really fit Henry, because like it seems like the character personalities are pretty consistent throughout the continuities, and Henry doesn't really seem like the type of guy to just leave his family when things get tough. Like, you could argue, like I mean, no, I think even with the novels, like, it makes sense. Like, he offed himself because his daughter did die, and he was like, he was coping with it horribly, and like, he didn't really know how to deal with it. So like, I don't know, but it doesn't really seem like, because like with the movie, the father kind of just left Mike and Abby. I just think that wouldn't really be something Henry would do. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. I mean, I am dumb, but like, maybe I'm just dumb about this specifically. So I'm just gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in mixed. Either or could happen. Mimic baby, dumb. Mimic being the baby is kind of silly. Also, Mimic entered. Grim Foxy being the Mimic. I mean, technically everything's the Mimic in Help Wanted, but like, bleh. Mike would have been 18 in 1987. Okay. No, I think... No, in the movie, Mike was 12. Mike was 12 in the movie, and Garrett was 4. So in 1983, Mike would have had to been 12, if the movie logic follows. So wait, hang on. Let me do math. Let me do math real quick. Because I suck at math. Okay, so he would be like 16 in 1987, if the movie ages follow. But I don't know, I think that's kind of young, I feel like, to be a Night Guard too. But anyways, Grimmick, I don't know, mixed, I guess. Kind of confused about that one. Mimic Stitch Wraith? Dummy. Mimic being the Stitch Wraith is kind of silly. Another Afton family. I don't really believe it, to be honest. Oh, so that's the theory that like the Mimic is trying to recreate the Afton family with like Gregory, Vanessa, Jeremy's father. It's kind of confusing. And then this one is another Murray family, which is like same thing but different, I guess. I don't know. Mimic saw Follow Me. I don't really think there's any evidence to that, to be honest. Mimic saw DCI. I don't really think there's anything with that either. Maybe Fazbear Entertainment is the kind to give a 16-year-old a night watch job. I mean, they are, but like, I don't know, maybe. Anyways, origin? Oh, William Afton's origin being Midnight Motorist. I don't think so. I think the animatronic footsteps make that kind of confusing. Glitchtrap Midnight Motorist? No. He's a silly digital character. MCI, MM. I'm gonna put that mixed. Shadow Midnight Motorist? I don't think so. Andrew Midnight Motorist. I'm gonna put that in mixed too. Okay. Way I believe this. I think Andrew, if Andrew is the one you should not have killed, I think Andrew was kidnapped, and that's what Midnight Motors is showing. Andrew was kidnapped by William Afton and then put into the experiment chamber thing. Where was it? Right here. Yeah. But anyways, Hudson MM, that's kind of silly. Jason, no. Oswald? No. Oh, bye, Digital Dog. Rory, Midnight Motorist. Okay, I think this one's kind of dumb, to be honest, because a lot of people are like, oh, Rory's parents never didn't care about him. And then they use the fucking speech by William as evidence. Like, oh yeah, let's use the heartless kidnapper, child murderer's word as evidence. That's a good idea. Let's use the fucking gaslighter's word as evidence. That's a good idea. Anyways, Afton MM. Maybe, I don't know. Henry Midnight Motors? No. Random? I don't really know. Time Link? I don't know what that means. Molten Andrew? Silly. Molten DCI? Silly. Molten MCI after 6? I don't know what that means. Molten MCI. It's possible, I think. Rockstar MCI. Dummy. Afton MCI. Dummy. Rennerbot. Dummy. Renner Eleanor. I don't believe it. Renner Bully. To be honest, I think it's a neat theory that Renner from Animatronic Apocalypse is the Freddy Bully, because he does have the little Freddy mask. I think it's a neat theory. Mary Miss Afton. I don't know what this means. You can't just put it twice and expect me to know what that means. Non-Mrs. Afton. I don't know what that means either. Mrs. Afton CEO. Dummy. It's stupid, silly, dumb, stupid theory. Stupid, dumb theory. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Okay. Rockstar CEO? Dummy, I think. Sammy CEO? Listen. I think this would be really cool. I think it goes entirely into speculation territory, but I think Sammy being the CEO of Fazbear Entertainment, that would be really cool. Mike CEO, dummy, I think. Bro would not let that shit keep going. Mexes, Cassie's dad. I don't believe it. Mexes Trap, no, that's silly and dumb. Mexes Afton, also silly and dumb. Listen, all I'm saying is that if you think Mexes is Glitchtrap or Afton, you have a very, very bad misunderstanding of the game and what happened. Just, like, specifically Ruin. Like, not even just... I mean, maybe also just the characters in general. But just, like... I don't know. Kind of silly. Mystic Vanessa? I don't even know what that means. Maybe Nightmare on Agony? I don't know. I'm gonna put these ones in mixed. Well, I don't know what this one means, actually. This one, mixed. It's interesting. This one, I think, is kind of silly. This one, nah. Actually, I'm just gonna put this in don't believe. That's silly, I think. Nightmare on Bing Gregory, the what? Huh? OMC Andrew. I don't know. I could really only see OMC being Andrew if it was, like, after he was put to rest and, like, he moved on. But, like,
Andrew being Old Man Consequences while he's angry and vengeful at William, like, it's complete character shift, like, complete just opposite character. So, like, it really depends, but I'm putting that in dummy. I'm putting these in dummy too. OMC William, that's also silly and dumb. What? Anyways, OMC Deity, this is the only one that I actually kind of think holds some weight just because he's so flippin' weird. Charlie Patient 46, that was debunked. Gregory Patient 46, that was confirmed. Yippee GGY. Jessica 46, Vanessa, I used to believe in this. I was horribly wrong, though. I wouldn't say I was horribly wrong, actually. I think I was really close. I just shot in the wrong direction. I was just off by a little bit. Because I made a Patient 46 theory a while ago before GGY released. And then like it was like comparing a lot of stuff. Like, I thought that Patient 46 was just like Vanessa's alter ego being Vanny. And then GGY released, and I was like, whoa, okay, it's Gregory. And then I started believing that Tales from the Pizzaplex was connected to the games. So that's fun. Like, I used to not believe that Tales from the Pizzaplex was connected to the games at all. I thought it was a separate continuity. Just completely. And then GGY released, and then I was like, yeah, I was wrong. Purple Phone Guy? No! Phone Father? Maybe. That would be interesting. Phone Bro? No, silly. Pigtail Cindy? I mean, I don't believe in it. I haven't actually heard of this at all. Like, no. Pigtail Elizabeth? Maybe. I do think that, I do think that Elizabeth was born after the crying child died, but, like, also, it's possible. Puppet victim? No, that one was debunked. I don't know why I was thinking about that. Puppet Duo. I didn't know Puppet Duo was a thing. That's stupid. Oh god. There's two of them. There's two duo theories. Oh god. Puppet stuffed. I think that was like Puppet was stuffed inside, but like that was deconfirmed, wasn't it? Or like the kid was stuffed inside the puppet. But that was deconfirmed, I'm pretty sure. Will stuffed? Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. Okay, no. This is the theory that either the puppet stuffed the MCI kids inside the animatronic suits or William did that. I think either is possible. The movie goes one way, the games go the other. I think either is possible. I don't really think it matters. I never heard of Puppet Duo before. That was weird. Rory Afton, no, dumb. That's silly. Rory Victim, no, dumb, silly. Rory Bully, silly also. Street Kid Rory? No. I honestly don't think... I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, I don't really know if Rory knew anything about Freddy's. Because in the story, whenever he's like interacting with any animatronic, being the hallucination animatronics or like the nightmares, I should say, whether he's interacting with the nightmares or he's interacting with the fun times, he never recognizes any of them as anything familiar. So if Rory is anyone, I don't think he's somebody that's familiar with Freddy's at all. SB 2020s. Yeah, I think so. SB 2035 plus. I mean, I could see it, but I think that's way too late. I think the 2020s seem like a decent time. Special delivery, Edwin. Okay, so this one's really interesting because, you know, Edwin created the Mimic, and the theory basically goes that the Mimic program infected the AI, or well, no, the Mimic program did infect the special delivery. Like that's literally what happened. Like Glitchtrap infected special delivery. So a lot of people think that we play as Edwin, and the Mimic is trying to just kill Edwin, like trying to get revenge for like what Edwin had originally done to the Mimic. And I think that's a really interesting theory. I think a lot of it goes into speculation, but yeah. Special delivery Mike, dummy. Special delivery random protagonist, I could see it, honestly. I think it's just as likely as special delivery Edwin. Special delivery Vanessa, I don't really I don't really believe in it, because like, I mean, we get the emails from Vanessa, so like Shadow Bonnie Andrew, I don't goodness, I don't believe it. Shadow Agony, that's already confirmed, basically, honestly. Like for Fazbear Frights, basically confirms it. Special Delivery basically confirms it. Shadow Sammy, I've never heard of that, but no. Shadow Andrew? Dummy. Shadow Victim? Dummy, I think. Shadow Golden I think both of the shadows are agony creatures, silly agony creatures. Shadow Max, I mean, the movie, sure, but like, I don't know about the games. Mixed, I guess? Question mark. Sister location post FNAF 1. Oh, I don't know. Sister location post FNAF 3. I don't believe it. I think it's before. Sister location pre FNAF 1. I don't know. I'm gonna say mixed about this too. Sister location pre FNAF 2. I don't believe it. Sister location is just very weird for the timeline. Mic Trap dummy. What the heck? No. Susie artist? I guess that she just drew a lot for the... I mean, that's a fun headcanon, I guess, but like, I don't know. That she just drew a bunch of the drawings from FNAF 1. It is a fun headcanon, but I don't know about... I don't know. Unless it's something entirely different. I feel like that's a weird, just like, theory in general. But I don't know. FNAF Help Wanted 1 pre-epilogues? Yeah, I think so. I think it would kind of have to be be honest. Because, like, well, one, that's where they would be getting the money to construct the building. Would be mainly from the Help Wanted game. And then, you know, they would need to get the Mimic program chip
to make Glitch Trap, and they have the Mimic Endoskeleton, and they like transport it to the building site. So they already have it beforehand. So I feel like it would make the most sense for Help Wanted to be before the epilogues. Tape Girl Vanessa. No. Mimic Line Games. Dummy. Tails Games. Oh yeah. Yeah. Love Tails games. Actually, Mimic Line Games, no, I'm gonna put that in. I'll put it in mixed, I guess. Just because I can see why people would believe it. Split Line Games. Oh wait, hang on. Parallels Dummy. Like, oh yeah, let's get the endoskeleton that's made out of multiple different animatronic parts and trash, and then compare it to the fucking yellow bear. Instead of the other endoskeleton that's made out of an amalgamation of trash and animatronic parts being entered. Like, I'm honestly confused. Because, like, how do you... Because, like, what's the Stitch Wraith? It's an endoskeleton made out of multiple animatronic parts that wears a white mask. And then there's Ennard, an amalgamation of animatronic parts that's an endoskeleton that wears a white mask. And for some reason, those aren't the parallels? That's not the parallel? But the yellow bear is? Like, huh? What? Huh? But lest I forget that was only used for Golden Duo, quote-unquote confirmation. Boo, Golden Duo. I hate Golden Duo. Okay, we don't have that much left, to be honest. Let's finish it. Let's finish it. Let's finish it. We can finish this today. We can do it. Split Line Games? Okay. So that one, I don't really believe in Split Line Games, to be honest. It's basically the theory that that Stitch Line kind of splits into two separate timelines. One being, like, it starts at Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. It goes for a bit, and then it splits into what becomes the ending of the epilogues, and then Security Breach and stuff. And I don't really believe in that. I think... Here it is. Stitch Line Games. I do believe in Stitch Line Games. I used to not, but then... Yeah. But then the Into the Pit game happened. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, you win. There's also Scott being, like, relatively vague about it, but, like, I took it as confirmation. And then the Into the Pit game came out, and I was like, yeah, it's canon. I'm throwing in the towel. Novel frights? No, that's silly. Multiple contradictions. There's multiple contradictions. Friends, biggest one being that the puppet doesn't exist in the novels. Novel games, also even worse contradictions, honestly. Fright's fiction, I really like the theory. I do believe in Stitch Line, but I really like the theory, so I'm gonna put it in mixed. Fright's games I don't believe. If you're wondering, the difference between Stitch Line games and Fright's games is that Fright's games, every single Fazbear Fright story is connected to the game continuity. However, Stitch Line is that only the epilogues and the stories connected to the epilogues are canon to the game continuity, which is what I believe. Mainly just because, like, multiple Fazbear Fright stories that aren't connected to the epilogues are extremely confusing to put into the game timeline. And then there's similar with Tales games. and like the what was it called? I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, Mimic Line. So Mimic Line is basically just like Mimic epilogues, and the stories connected are canon to the games, or in the same continuity as the games. Which, like, fair. I really only believe that every Tales story is connected just because it has a lot less contradictions, but I think both are valid, to be honest. Like, I can see why you would believe in Mimic Line games, but also I believe Tales games just because it has a lot less contradictions than Frights games. But maybe I'm just a hypocrite. I don't know. Stitch Ray Stingers pre-security breach? Yes. Post makes absolutely no sense. Post makes no sense at all. I just think Stitch Ray Stingers being post-security breach, like after security breach, just doesn't really make sense because a lot of the stories kind of rely on Fazbear Entertainment being defunct for a while. So for like the original Fazbear Entertainment, not even just like security breach Fazbear Entertainment, just like the original Fazbear Entertainment. Also, a lot of it relies on it happening right after FNAF 6 happens. Like the Man in Room 1280, multiple of the Frights epilogues. In fact, one of the characters, the detective characters, was Detective Larson, I think that was his name. The detective characters of the Stitch Ray Stingers, he visits the fire site of FNAF 6. So, like, it being after security breach doesn't really make a ton of sense. Because a lot of the stories rely on Fazbear Entertainment being forgotten for a while, and the FNAF 6 building still being like around and available, kind of. Agony plushies, Agony being the plush babies. I think it's possible. They are very weird. I don't think it's Eleanor though. Afton plushies very. Actually, you know what? I'm putting Eleanor plushie. Actually, no. Eleanor did die. Eleanor canonically died. I don't know what I'm doing. Eleanor was literally stated in the book to be, quote, deader than dead. So, no, I don't think she's back in any way. Blonde Andrew. Oh, Andrew being the kid in the movie. I don't think so. Blonde Cassidy. I'm putting this in mixed. I'm putting both of these in mixed just because I think either is possible, but I don't think Andrew. Only because I do think... Because, you know, both of these are already Golden Freddy kids, so for one of them to be back for the movie, just with a different appearance, just with a different appearance, I think that makes more sense than Blonde Andrew. Bullies MCI. No, that's silly. Because, like, Mike is still around. And possibly Jeremy. So, like, that wouldn't make sense. Eleanor Nightmare? Oh, okay. Okay, this is really hard. This is really confusing. So in Frailty is really confusing. Because it's kind of the thing that connects Stitchline to Tales from the Pizzaplex, even though it does it in a really weird way that doesn't make sense. But whatever. Basically, Girl in Frailty has the heart pendant that Eleanor used to trick somebody and yada yada in the Fazbear Fright stories. So Eleanor...
Okay, so the girl has the pendant in Frailty, and the girl has a nightmare. Actually, you know what? Let me start over. There's a Fazbear Fright story called To Be Beautiful, which is Eleanor's first appearance. She gives a heart-shaped pendant to a girl named Sarah, and then it's basically just like a weird illusion technology type thing where Eleanor kind of changes the girl's body around while she's sleeping, but turns out it's all just an illusion, and the girl was actually turned into literal, like, scraps of junk, and Eleanor somehow shapeshifted into the girl's body using illusion stuff. Fast forward to Frailty. This is like long after Eleanor dies. Somehow, a random girl has the pendant, and even though Eleanor is dead, she's a trash person, and somehow she knows that. The girl also knows that, the girl somehow knows that she was turned to trash, and that the pendant is keeping her alive. And, okay, so the girl has a nightmare. The girl has a nightmare that something is chasing her and trying to steal the pendant. However, in the nightmare, whatever is chasing her rips off the girl's arms, which is what the mimic does in the epilogues. So this kind of leads people to be confused whether that thing is either Eleanor or the mimic. So I'm putting it in mixed. I'm putting both of them in mixed because I have no idea. Frankly, Frailty is just confusing. Mimic branches? Yes, I do believe in that. It's the theory that the mimic creates subroutines that mimic different personalities and characters. For instance, why Glitchtrap is so different from the mimic itself is because Glitchtrap is a subroutine that mimicked specifically William Afton. It's a subroutine that mimicked specifically William Afton, and basically there's just a lot of those. There's just a bunch of branches from the Mimic 1 programming. Afton family story. Oh, Help Wanted 2 Afton family story. I don't. Oh wait, family story. Oh, okay. Wait, no, this is just the one that like the family starved to death after not getting a pizza deal. Honestly, I don't really know. I don't think it's a MCI story. I don't think it's a Murray story either. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems like a funny joke to me, at least. Like the family starving to death. Like, if anything, it seems like Fazbear Entertainment product placement, but like, I don't know. I'll put this one in mixed just because I feel like it's possibly, I don't know. Glam Burrows, no, I don't think anyone possesses any of the Glam Rocks. MCI Extraction? I don't know what any of these Extraction ones are. Funtime Aftons? No. I think that's the theory that the Funtimes are based off the Aftons. If it's true, that's kind of funny because William was calling Mike a fruity little theater kid, which like, haha, funny. Princess Quest 3 ending canon? Yeah. I think that makes the most sense. Again, with how Princess Quest works and, you know, the sword stabbing Princess Quest 3 in Ruin. Burntrap ending canon? I don't think so. Princess Quest 4. Okay, this is gonna make some people mad, and I'm not going to elaborate. Princess Quest 4 ending of Help Wanted 2 canon. Help Trap ending also canon. I think both of them are. Both ends canon. Yeah, that's literally what I just said. Brazil end canon. I don't think so. I don't think the Brazil end is canon, and I don't think the Scooper ending is canon. I think the Brazil end is just a possibility of something that could have happened, and the Snatcher end is just showing that, oh hey, this thing exists. What is this? And then yeah, I do think the elevator ending is the canon one though. Mimic elevator, I do think it is the mimic. Cause like why not? Gregory, I maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Water. 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 Okay, sorry. Also, if any of you want to comment, like, again, the question marks are stuff that I don't really know. So if any of you want to comment what any of these are, I would very much appreciate it. Glamrock Souls. No, I don't think any of them are possessed. Glamrock's Remnant? No. Happiest Day Post Follow Me? I don't know. I mean, what else would it be after? Huh? I mean, maybe it just means like directly after. I don't know. I'm putting them in mixed. Happiest Day post FNAF 3. Yes. I do think it's post FNAF 3. Okay, listen. I don't care that some people think that the encyclopedia isn't like a good relying thing for lore, but it does say that Charlie's soul lingers after Happiest Day for FNAF 6, and that's a really weird and specific detail to just like make up. So I think I'm just gonna believe it. I don't care. Could it happen after FNAF 6? Sure, why not? I think either's a possibility. I just believe in Happiest Day being after FNAF 3 more specifically. Happiest Day post Frights. Okay. Well. Mixed also. Oh, bye, Bun. Bye. Hope you had fun. Happiest Day post Help Wanted 2. No. What? Well, I mean, I guess I could see why some people would think that, but like, I don't think so. Street Kids MCI also dummy because the laughing kid is the Freddy bully. I feel like that's kind of silly. Yeah, I don't think so. Copycat mediocres. I think that they just copied Freddy in the game. Which, like, I don't know, maybe? Possessed mediocres? No. Edwin mediocres? I mean, I don't really think so, to be honest. Henry mediocres, I'm mixed about that, to be honest. Oh no, this is already non-canon. Into the Pit has been deconfirmed to be time travel for a while by the epilogues. Into the Pit Altered Memory, that has been confirmed by the epilogues. Yippee! Mimic 70s, Mimic 80s. I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel like doing timeline things right now. I'm just putting them in mixed. Henry Dreams?
I don't know. I don't know. These are confusing. Jeremy Dreams. I mean, he's the main guy we play as, so maybe. Mike Dreams. I'm mixed about that too. I don't think we play as Mike at all during FNAF 2, but I don't know. William Dreams, dummy. Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator being Fredbear's, maybe. I think it's interesting, so maybe. Dual Princess? Okay, well, first off, Princess being by victim, dummy. Cassidy Princess, mixed. Because again, Code Cassidy stuff, I'm bleh. Dual Princess, I don't really know what that is. Princess being the storyteller, I don't really think there's a lot of to go off with that. I don't know. I'm just gonna put in not believe actually, just because I don't think there's not a lot to go off with that. I think Cassie Princess, no, she doesn't even play. She doesn't even play the Princess Quest game, so I feel like that's kind of weird. Remember when people were thinking Pizzaplex was built over Fredbear's? Yeah. I mean, who knows? Pizza Sim could be Fredbear's. Who knows? Princess Avatar. I honestly do think that's just the most likely. Like, the princess is just whoever is playing the game. Because, I mean, that's basically what happens in the Princess Quest 4 ending. That's literally just what happens. Like, we ourselves turn into the princess. So, like, Vanessa Princess... I don't really believe it. I don't know. It's just confusing. Susie Princess, I don't think so. Princess 1, mixed. Also, you know what? I'm gonna put Vanessa Princess back down here just because the Princess Quest 3 ending thing was, I don't know, question mark. Glam Freddy prototype, yes. Because why would a different Freddy have the exact same withering? How would he have the exact same withering and damage that a different Freddy had? Like, okay. If, like, Ruin suggests that the Princess Quest 3 ending is canon. So how would a completely different Freddy have the exact same withering that normal Freddy had in the supposed canonical ending? Like, that makes no sense. Like, exact same spot, exact same guy, like, exact same spot, but different guy, but same withering. Like, it makes no sense. I think it being a completely different character is silly. Excuse me. Shadows MCI? Oh, the shadows of the... I don't think so. I don't think the shadow animatronics are the shadows of the MCI. I think they're just agony creatures. Shadow failures, yeah, I don't think that either. I could see why people would, but, like, personally, I don't. I think if they were, there would be more shadow animatronics. Like one of Foxy and one of Chica. And then another one of Golden Freddy or something. But I don't know. Shadows Eleanor? No, I don't think so. Fredbear Singing Show pre-70s. Fredbear Singing Show 70s. I don't really know. Because, like, we don't really know what Fredbear Singing Show was. I don't think it was before the 70s. I find it hard to believe that Fazbear Entertainment dates back to before the 70s. In the 70s, maybe. But before the 70s, I don't think so. So, yeah, I'm going to put this in Don't Believe. And then, yeah. Don't got much left. Cassidy room? No. Elizabeth room? Yes. What? Springlocks got banned in 1983. I don't really know. I doubt it was 1983 because they would need to still be around it for the MCI. So I'm gonna put this one mixed. Springlocks being banned in 1985. Maybe. Staff bots are the fun times? Silly. Staff bots represent the Aftons? I mean, I feel like that's kind of a given. So, like, yeah, I guess so. Dream Theory? No. Dad is the one from the Monster Story? I feel like it is, honestly. Help Wanted Monster Story? Maybe. Well, actually, wait, no. Well, actually, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna put these ones in mixed. I kind of think it's the dad is the one from the Monster Story. It kind of predicts that dad is going to die, but I don't know. Help Wanted a reboot? No, it's just a fun little continuation. Like, it's a soft reboot, maybe, but Invest therapists? I don't know what that means. Okay, UCN Nightmare, UCN Purgatory. You know what? Moving on. I'm not doing this again. Unwithereds. Honestly, I don't believe it. I think that I think it was the classics looked like the animatronics from Fnaf 1. They were retrofitted for the newer technology for Fnaf 2. They were scrapped and withered, and then they were just, for Fnaf 1, they used the old designs. I think that's how it went. Andrew Toyshink, maybe. Crying Child Toyshink, no. Cassidy Toyshink, maybe. Puppet Toyshink, no. Rory Toyshink, no. Actually, I don't think... I don't believe it, but I don't think it's dumb. Susie Toyshink, no. Sammy Toyshink, no. Cassie Witch Story... Oh, wait. Wait a minute, hang on. Am I dumb? Hang on. This is the Candy Cadet story from... Oh, okay, hang on. I messed up. I messed up earlier. Oh, boy. Okay, so this is the monster story from Ruin. Okay, no. Shoot. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Sorry. Redo. Monster story from Ruin. These three. It's definitely this one. Okay, my bad. I got confused. Cassie Witch Story? I don't think it's this one. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, so I'll just say I don't believe it for now. But Cassie Witch Story, maybe. Jeremy Witch Story, maybe. Vanessa Witch Story, maybe. Yellow Thing Eleanor, I do believe that. I feel like it makes the most sense, especially because like the ball pit is filled with remnant from Eleanor's previous victims, so like why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't she be the Yellow Thing? vampire thingy. I forget what the title is, but whatever. Vampire thingy, Mike. This one was basically already confirmed with the logbook. Like Mike literally saying, "Oh yeah, I kin the girl from the vampire show." Toys Agony. I do think it's a separate set of murders, honestly. Vanessa Bot, no. That was silly. When Matt Pat said, listen, when Game Theory said that Vanessa might be a robot in the movie, that was silly. They were literally like, oh yeah, they don't have a blood stain. But in like 5 seconds later in the movie, you can see that Vanessa was bleeding. But that doesn't matter because Charlie could bleed in the books too. It is just silly. It was so silly. I don't hate game theory, but sometimes they just say the most silly things. Vanessa's sister Cassidy? No. Vanessa's Elizabeth? No. Vanessa's shared path with Elizabeth? No. Two Vannies? No. What did Foxy do the bite of 87? No. Freddy did the bite of 87? No. Toy Chica did the bite of 87? Listen. I believe it. Just because there's this bunch of shit with the beak. Headless Toy Chica in Help Wanted 2. Just a lot of stuff. Mangle bite of 87. I'm mixed about it. If it's not Toy Chica, I do think it would be Mangle. Just because, like, the toys were scrapped. So I feel like that would be a good reason why they were scrapped and not, like, the original animatronics. Afton Divorce. Maybe. I don't know. 2 Mrs. Aftons? Will Care? No. Hang on. Actually, give me 1 second. There we go. Actually, hang on. There we go. Just to show how icky Will Care is. No, I don't think the guy that murdered his own family cared about them. Why do you ask? Afton Divorce, I don't know, probably. To be honest, I kind of think William Afton probably killed his wife. 2 Mrs. Aftons. Oh wait, why did I put it in dummy? Hang on. Afton Divorce, maybe. Whoop, where did? Uh-oh. I lost it. I lost the other one. Oh, here it is. 2 Mrs. Aftons. Maybe. Will Despise? Will despising his family? Yes. Literally, like, the only characterization of William there is. Will Grief. Putting that there. Just, they're basically the same thing. 3 sets of victims. Maybe. Possibly. Yendo Agony. I don't think it's Agony, to be honest. Yendo Soul. I don't think it's a soul either. Oh, by Yellow being Golden Freddy. I'm mixed on it. I'm very mixed. Actually, you know what? Agony. Maybe.
Maybe. Because, like, Molten MCI. Another David. The funny one from Twitter. Another David. I don't know. I don't really get it. So I'm just gonna put in not believe. Another CC. No, dummy. Ew. Dead God. Oh, he's here. The dead God. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really believe in it. I don't get it. I don't get the dead God theory. Little Jeremy MCI. I don't really know what that means, honestly. Andrew saw MCI. I don't really believe it. I feel like there's not really any evidence to it. Charlie post MCI? No, that's silly. Charlie pre MCI? Yes. Shattered Elizabeth? No. That kind of defeats the purpose of Scrap Baby and Molten Freddy, because Molten Freddy kicked Elizabeth out, and then they became Molten Freddy. So like that kind of defeats the purpose. Auction theory? I don't really know what that is. Nightmare victim, bite victim being Nightmare animatronic. No, I don't really believe that. Twisted Mound, dummy. SL Bunker Mound? No, because it still has a building. It still has a building. Like, we see Mike walking out of the building. Bobby glitch? I'm mixed on it. I'm mixed on the Bobby dots being glitch trap. Hallucigreg. This is the last one, and I don't know what it is. I do not know what this one is, to be honest. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hallucigreg theory. The mimic used the gas from Datophobia on Gregory while he was being controlled as GGY. Oh. Okay, that's not as nearly as insane as I thought it would be. I thought it would be like Gregory is just a hallucination or something. Gregory under the control of the mimic. GGY. Blah, 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 blah. Premise behind Hallucigreg is that the mimic used the gas featured in Tales from the Pizza Phobia on Gregory while he was GGY. Using evidence from the book itself, parts of the game, and GGY, it is implied that Gregory endured the same torture. I don't think it's implied anywhere that Gregory was subjected to the same torture Rory was, huh? I'm just gonna say I don't believe that, because maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. Anyways, there we have it. The complete theory iceberg. Stuff I believe in. Mike from the movie being Mike Afton. Elizabeth being Abby. Garrett being the crying child. Mike and Garrett both experiencing the nightmare chamber. Charlie being the first. The blob is the mimic victims. Logbook duo, Cassidy receiver, blah 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 blah. I don't feel like reading through this all the way over again. Alright. We have finished. Yippee! That took a lot longer than I thought it would be. Over 3 hours, but we did it. Most of it was me being confused by crying child theories. There was a good chunk in there where I was just yapping about me being confused about crying child theories. Anyways,
It's late. It's 8 o'clock. I am starving. I need food. I need little pizza bites before I die. So thank you all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching this silly little video or silly little stream or whatever. Yada yada yada. I'm gonna go make bagel bites. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciated it. Gonna try to have videos out for the 8th FNAF anniversary, but who knows? Gonna try to stream for it. But yeah. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all had fun. I'm probably gonna be posting this on Twitter, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, do it. It's CosmicStarVA on Twitter.com. And yeah, I'm gonna go make some pizza bites. Have a wonderful day, night, or heat to the universe. And